Hey everyone, it's Clint Salter, your host for Dance Teachers Unite for 2015. And today we are talking about Evergreen Enrollments. That's right. I know that a lot of you only take students for a couple of months during the year, and then the rest of the year you're busy organizing costumes for recitals and competitions, and you say no to new students. And we don't want you to do that. We want you to be taking more new students during the whole year. And you're going to say, well, Clint, how do we do that? Well, we've got three amazing guests for you today that are going to share their experiences. Now, this particular guest, you're in for a real treat. Not only has she created multiple businesses, the first one a dance studio at 21, Misty's Dance Unlimited. She works with dance studio owners every day in her business more than just great dancing. She also just founded a new website for dancers and performers more than dancers. She's a superstar, and I'm so glad that I got to meet her last October. I call her a friend, and I'm super glad to have her on the call today. Hello, Misty Lown.
Hello, Clint. Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to say before we kick off how refreshing it is to be in an environment where people are welcome from all different shades of the industry. So thank you for creating this conversation.
Hey, no problem. I'm happy to be having it. Get to speak with so many awesome people to help our studio owners. Now, Misty, can you tell us, if people might have been under a rock and they haven't heard of you before, can you tell us a little bit about you, your business, and what's your big mission in the world?
You bet. Well, I started as a teacher. Teaching was my heartbeat. I have a studio for 18 years. We enroll about 800 kids. And when my own 5 children started growing up and getting to be school age, I knew that I didn't want to spend every night at the studio, that I didn't want to burn up the years that I could be raising my family, raising other people's kids. And although I love that, my primary responsibility is to my own family. So I needed to find a way to get out of the classroom. And in doing that, I really created something that other people wanted and they saw. And what they saw was somebody having the ability to have a life and not just making a living. And that's so attractive to people. And that's really how More Than Just Great Dancing got started. And that's really where I spend most of my time now. And that is equipping our 135 school owners from around the world on how not just to make a living in the dance school business, but to have a life as well.
Yeah. And it's so important. I mean, Misty, what do you think are some of the mistakes that studio owners are making that doesn't allow them to have that life?
I think the number one mistake that studio owners make is that they don't really pay enough attention to the business side. They are a dance studio owner, and yet they throw all of their experience and their energy into the dance side and not enough into the business side. And it wouldn't be called a dance studio if it was just all about the dance. The studio side is just as important, and that is having financial literacy and understanding how marketing works and what's the current state of Google and all of the stuff that you are so great with, Clint, and just really paying attention to the checkbook and to legal issues and contracts. And it's the side that may not be as fun for people who got excited about dance and wanted to make a career in that, but it's so necessary. So I think the biggest mistake people make is just kind of hoping that goes away. It's like, you know, when your car's making a funny noise and every time you start it, you're just hoping for a better outcome, or you open the refrigerator and there's no food and you just think, oh, look, one more time, maybe it's better. We do the same thing with our businesses. You know, we just kind of hope that it will get better if we just hang on long enough, that there will be improvement, but that really rarely happens. Usually we have to dig in and take action to see those improvements happen.
Exactly. I love what you just said. And I think what's really important there is so many studio owners, they kind of go, well, you know, I'll just keep doing it this way and eventually it'll change. Eventually I'll enroll more students into the studio, although we know that doing the same thing isn't going to give us a new result. I call it hope marketing, especially when we're talking about new students through the door. And today's conversation is mainly around, you know, how we're bringing those students in, how we're standing out, and how we're getting them to be enrolled in our studio. I mean, what would you say for a studio owner that is like literally listened to what you said and went, that's me. You know, I'm the true technician, as Michael Gerber talks about in the E-Myth. You know, I am that person that loves teaching dance, and I open my studio because I love kids and I love teaching dance. But I've realized that, hey, you know, this business thing, this business side of it maybe isn't doing as well as it should be. I mean, where do people start?
Yeah, so I think there's a really important quote that I say a lot to studio owners that I work with, and that is, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And basically that means if you just keep going along on the same path, you're never going to get a different result. And I think anybody who signed up for this seminar series is looking for a different result. So I can guarantee that everybody who took the initiative, carved out the time to listen to this amazing series you've put together, is here because they are that 10% of people who are leveling up. They want a different result. The second thing that I would say is you have to figure out, are you the technician in your business or are you going to work on your business? And they are two distinct roles, and very few people will become experts at both in one lifetime. And it's absolutely okay if you have the heart of a dancer and you want to be in the classroom and you're a choreographer and your greatest joy is seeing those little ones walk in and tying their shoes and getting that hug. That's amazing. But then you need to find a counterpart, somebody who is absolutely amazing in the office and with follow-up and technology and looking ahead and seeing the curve and surveying the landscape for changes and what needs to happen next.